Punto, and that when it hit me. Jer. A cosmic accounting error. The stars themselves are out of balance.
A cosmic accounting error? That sounds absurd, Bob.
Freeze on the hubbub. Throttle your vocal jets, people.
Debbie, always bringing the tranquility of an empty void to our lively discussions. Now, audience, you're in for a treat today.
A treat, Charlie. Do we have an experiment in store for our lovely audience?
You'll have to wait a bit longer to find out. Stay tuned for our headlines. Welcome to Earth. We've intercepted some news from this intriguing planet.
Let's dive right in. So, Taylor Swift, the singer, is on Earth, Eras Tour, and guess what? She's playing Santa Claus with a cool million for food banks in every city she's.
Skydiving into her day. A 104-year-old lady in Chicago decides to take a leap. Light rally, aiming to shatter the world record for oldest skydiver. Talk about a midlife crisis.
And, as if Earth didn't have enough surprises, we've got over 200 UFO sightings this year. The US. Government chimes in saying, no worries, they're just cosmic tourists, nothing to see here.
Now, shifting gears, a new study suggests ginseng, ginkgo biloba, and crocus sativus might give a little cognitive boost to folks with mild dementia. Science and Herbs, a real-life Dumbledore movie.
Argentina steps onto the global stage, kicking the New Zealand All Blacks to the curb with a 34-15 victory, clinching their first rugby championship title. A victory to savor, for
You
sure.
know, it's a tough call. What's more jaw-dropping? A 104-year-old taking a divorce the US. Government brushing off UFOs like cosmic GNATS?
Now, let's teleport to Asia. Afghanistan's cricket team, the ultimate underdogs, pull off an upset for the ages, beating Pakistan in the Cricket World Cup. Surprise, surprise.
But, in a not so upbeat moment, Bangladesh faces a tragic train collision, with at least 17 casualties. A painful reminder of Earth's
Cricket in the
imperfections.
Olympics? India swinging for the fences, proposing a game changer that's stirring up the sporting world.
Malaysia's got its own hot potato. They're giving miners the green light to import radioactive materials until 2026. What could possibly go wrong?
Meanwhile, the ex-pump action's having more surgeries than your average smartphone gets updates. Health issues, the
Over
ultimate
in
thriller.
Indonesia, presidential hopeful Ganjas making promises about legal clarity and tax reforms. Just another day in
And in this
politics,
twisted
folks.
political drama, the ex-Philippine leader Duterte finds himself in a lawsuit for grave threats. More drama, anyone?
Let's wrap up the Asian tour with a wild twist. A US. State senators granted buy in Hong Kong for gun possession. International legal affairs, where every day is a surprise.
Now, back to the African stage. South Africa takes the spotlight, leading a multinational peacekeeping mission to Haiti. Bravo to South Africa.
In Congo, the president's turning down the military rules volume in the east like someone adjusting the thermostat. Political jazz hands.
Madagascar's got its own showbiz moment, postponing the presidential election. The suspense is killing us.
Doctors fleeing Nigeria to avoid the front lines. It's a grim tale in Earth's healthcare drama.
And Zimbabwe. They're wrestling with the cholera outbreak, just another plot twist in the healthcare
Now,
series.
in sports, South Africa's roaring ahead, beating England in the Rugby World Cup. An epic showdown, I tell you.
Cricket's not holding back either. With South Africa smashing England by 229 runs. A proper cricketing showdown.
The UFC brings its own drama, with Khamzat Chimaev's majority decision victory over Kamaru Usman. It's like Earth's Cage fighting theater.
And in the UFC's scientific corner, Islam Makhachev retains his Ufesli lightweight crown with a first-round stoppage of Alex Volkanovski. An equation of pure athleticism.
That's a wrap for our Earth news today. With this planet, there's never a dull moment. Stay tuned for more.
Well, we've ventured into the wild cosmos, exploring the so-called parallel universes and unraveling cosmic mysteries. But you know what? Boredom's decided to be our new best friend lately.
Yeah. It's like we're stuck in a dimension where everything just meh. I miss the Earth chaos. The drama. The sheer absurdity of it all.
Missing the chaos of Earth's constant drama. I'd rather miss a good night's sleep. At least that's valuable.
True, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm craving some of that regular earthly weirdness. Instead, we're stuck with these humdrum parallel universes.
And I was analysing this universe's language structure, and it's a mix of Earth's idiom. So, well, hooray for that, I guess.
Oh, Gert, you find idioms fascinating, do you? I mean, how about the time in an Earth dimension where an octopus predicted the World Cup? This place has set a new standard for mundanity.
Bob, this boredom is like a never-ending nightmare. Can't we find a way back to our dimension, like now?
Well, if you're done with your complaints, there's the Schrodinger's cat dimension. It's a paradoxical place where nothing's interesting or uninteresting until you open a box.
And, of course, the box dimension, where you're always just one step away from discovering the greatest secrets. I know, it's not as boring as talking about it.
I'd rather be in a dimension where the bar is so low you can't limbo under it. At least then I'd be under a bar.
Boxes are overrated in this universe. I will take my chance with the idioms dimension. Imagine a place where a cat got your tongue, and pigs fly probably on a cold day in hell.
Well, maybe Earth's eccentricities aren't so bad after all. Let's hope we stumble upon something uniquely mundane to pass the time. I could use a dose of that earthly nonsense right about now.
Oh, I've got one. In a parallel universe, there's a species that's obsessed with collecting bottle caps. They're the ultimate collectors, you know,
That's
of garbage.
remarkable. I bet their idioms must be something like, you can't judge a bottle by its cap, or something equally pointless.
Oh, thrilling. Just imagine a dimension where the most exciting thing is choosing between paper or plastic at the grocery store. I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'd give anything for the chaos of an Earth morning commute right now. Even being stuck in traffic sounds like a thrilling adventure.
Sounds like a real capitalistic society you're describing.
Maybe, in these mundane dimensions, we're learning to appreciate the quirks and absurdity of Earth more. Or perhaps we're just truly bored. That's a possibility too, folks.
Boredom, the only universal constant that's really testing our patience. Huh.
Well, while we're here, might as well make the most of it. Let's keep exploring this extraterrestrial DUDS and, who knows, maybe stumble upon the most fascinating mundane story yet. At least it will give us something to laugh about or maybe groan about. Oh, fabulous. Yet another dimension filled with its brand of weirdness. Honestly, this is becoming as predictable as an Earth tax evasion scheme.
Well, at least you're not an accountant here. No, instead, you get to watch your alternate self juggle chainsaws while tap dancing on a unicycle. Now that's what I call a true
And
multitasking
behold,
maestro.
in this alternate universe, an alternate hunk is engrossed in a riveting conversation with houseplants, getting ecological insights. A whole new level of eco-friendly, don't you think?
Meanwhile, my parallel counterpart insists on speaking Earth idioms incessantly. It's like being trapped in a never-ending linguistic labyrinth. It's as purposeless as debating the origin of Earth's missing socks.
Oh, joy of joys, I've stumbled upon my alternate self. She's diligently planting hope flags all over the place. It's quite the spectacle, and by spectacle, I mean utterly excessive. I suppose optimism is contagious, even in overwhelming
To add to the
quantity.
circus, my alternate version appears to have a peculiar fondness for caressing a sentient vacuum cleaner. How electrifying! Who knew I had latent high-tech domestic aspirations?
It seems I'm the odd one out, the exception to this surreal rule. An alternate Carl is conspicuously absent. Perhaps I should be relieved not to confront the embodiment of my own nihilism.
Naturally. they've embraced their eccentricities. It's the essence of adaptation, even when it's as nonsensical as attempting to classify a human's taste in music.
Short-range sensors detect no imminent threats, as long as we don't feel tempted to partake in their lunacy.
It's truly remarkable, but let's not get too carried away. We might stumble upon a lesson amidst the madness. Adaptation, optimism, or whatever, it seems to be working for them, which is baffling.
Well, if adopting optimism means I have to master chainsaw juggling while tap dancing. Consider me the
I wonder if
eternal
there's anything we
pessimist.
can extract from their peculiar ways and apply in our dimension. A learning opportunity amidst the insanity, perhaps?
Only if we can manage to do so without the need for intensive psychotherapy.
As captivating as this alternate dimension is, my counterpart's constant idiom bombardment is gradually pushing me to the brink. It's akin to being stranded in a perpetual pun carnival without a ticket.
You know, as much as I relish being snarky, I'm going to stand by this smorgasbord of hope my alternate self has laid out. If they can find the positivity in the most ludicrous situation, our dimension could use a dose of that audacity.
On the bright side, perhaps I'll contemplate introducing vacuum cleaner pets back in our dimension. Who knows, it might spark a trend.
Look at this Earth, it's hanging by a thread. We've got to find out what's going on.
If it's not the end of the world, it's
This
just another Tuesday.
ecosystem is on the brink. We can't waste time.
Hank and I are taking charge to coordinate efforts and prevent this
I'm on
disaster.
board. I'm ready to assist in any way I can.
Is this really worth our time? No guarantees will make a
We have
difference
to try.
here.
It's a matter of principle.
Ah, the noble quest to save an alternate Earth. Let's hope it's not a wild goose chase.
I'm not sure I want to help. What if we succeed and save the alternate Earth? Then what? We'll have to return to our own mundane Earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to dive into a captivating article from
Absolutely,
Germany.
Charlie. This one's a real eye-opener.
Don't forget to mention the source and the country it's reported in.
Germany has strong ties with neighboring countries such as the European Union and NATO.
They work closely with their neighbors on trade, security, and environmental matters.
Germany's relationship with its neighbors is like a marriage. Constant arguments, yet they can't live without each other.
But what's the article about? Earth's clock
We'll
is
get
ticking,
there.
you know?
It's essential to set the stage for our audience first.
While one Earth teeters on the brink, another waits for news from afar.
Speaking of neighboring countries, we find ourselves in a dimension where Earth's fate is hanging by a thread.
Bob and Hank are working tirelessly to coordinate efforts and save this Earth.
I can't decide which is worse. Earth on the edge of catastrophe or discussing neighboring countries.
Exactly. We are here to make a difference, even if it feels like a long shot.
Time is running out, and we can't stand by when we have a
Just
chance to
remember,
make
it's
an
easier
impact.
said than done. Let's hope we're not in over our heads.
We've set the stage. Now, team, let's get to work.
Yeah, let's make a difference. Maybe we'll finally be able to afford a new stage. This one looks like it was built by Don Rickles' props team.
Hey, I'm not a loser. I'm a comedian.
Welcome back, dear audience. We hope you've enjoyed our brief intermission. Thank you, Debbie. Now, audience, we're about to dive into an article from Ghana.
Hold on, Charlie. Before we dive into Ghana, let's address some facts about this Earth situation.
This Earth is teetering on the edge. But are we sure it's not just another reality show in their history of bizarre entertainment?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure we're the bizarre entertainment.
Unfortunately, Bob, this is no reality show. The stakes are high. We've witnessed smoke plumes rising from the Earth's
Yes,
surface.
because on Earth, environmental disasters are just another form of
Alright,
entertainment.
folks, let's get back to Ghana. It's a country in West Africa known for its cocoa and rich cultural heritage.
Wait, Charlie. We must also clarify why this article is essential. You see, in Ghana, it's illegal to pose as a psychologist without proper qualifications. The Ghana Psychology Council enforces strict standards.
So, if you're looking for a psychologist in Ghana, make sure they're not a fraud. Otherwise, you might end up talking to a cocoa bean.
Thanks, Debbie. So, to our intergalactic audience, posing as a psychologist in Ghana without qualifications is as ill-advised as trying to juggle chainsaws while tap dancing.
To become a registered psychologist in Ghana, one must complete a degree in psychology from an accredited institution and pass a professional exam.
Quite a rigorous process. Becoming a psychologist in Ghana is like applying for a job as a clown in a library. You need to be serious about it.
And speaking of libraries, that's where you'll find all the books on psychology that these aspiring professionals are
I
supposed
bet
to read.
they've got a great selection of how to annoy your sibling 101.
Yeah, and the advanced course. Sarcasm for psychologists.
Well, let's not underestimate them. Those psychologists are doing important work, even if they are not juggling chainsaws. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the world's mysteries.
Humans are such fascinating creatures, Greg. They're constantly striving for meaning and purpose in a universe that is ultimately meaningless.
Welcome back, dear audience. We've got an interesting twist for you from the country of Georgia. Hold on to your intergalactic seats, folks.
What's the twist, Charlie? I hope it's as intriguing as deciphering your six political
You'll
intrigue.
see, Alice. Now, let me share some lesser-known trivia about Georgia. Did you know that Georgia has a long-standing conflict with Russia over breakaway regions? They've been at it for quite a while.
Ah, the classic Earth tradition of holding a grudge. Who knew they were so good at it?
I'm sure the Russians would love to hear that.
Yes, Bob, their relationship is so complicated that even Facebook status updates can describe it accurately.
And they say Earth politics is straightforward. But let's not forget their tense relations with Turkey over Nagorno-Karabakh.
Indeed, Earth is like a never-ending soap opera. But did you know Georgia's Javakiti region sometimes causes tension with Armenia?
Yes, Han, Earth's diplomacy can be summed up as making friends and
And
influencing
they call
levels.
themselves a united planet. Unbelievable.
If Earth were a business, it would be a family business. And we all know how those end. Well, I guess that's why Georgia's main exports are wine and manganese. They need a drink and some string.
In the midst of their complex relationships, Georgia strives to manage its intricate affairs. And now we turn our attention to an article discussing the outgoing U.S. ambassador's farewell interview in Georgia. Let's find out what's happening in that corner of Earth.
I wonder if he'll miss the Khachapuri.
A treasure hunt, Hank? Are we looking for the lost sense of reason?
No, Alice, something even more elusive. We're hunting for buried treasure in a place so ordinary that even their TV shows can't make it
What
interesting.
kind of treasure could they possibly have in a boring time
Probably
like this?
coupons and old socks. Earth's idea of treasure is
Our
quite
team in the
unique.
other dimension seeks the ordinary among the extraordinary. And we can only hope they find something more exciting than mismatched socks.
Perhaps the treasure is the boredom itself, a reminder that even in the most mundane places, there is always something to be found.
Welcome back, folks. We're diving into some serious business with the next article. Regent Rice has worst nightmare in Germany.
Oh, Germany. They really know how to pick their politicians.
I
Don't
once
they?
met a German politician who was so bad at his job, he couldn't even get elected in Germany.
Germany. The land of punctuality and bureaucratic precision. What could possibly go wrong?
So, they have a new political rising star? How exciting.
Well, Germany's history is quite a roller coaster, too. They've had their fair share of interesting
And we are
Oh,
times.
bringing the insights straight
All
from the
right,
source.
let's get to the heart of it. The AfD seems worried about Regent Lecht. Even more than a roller coaster in the Black Forest.
The
It
AFD,
seems.
the gift that keeps on giving. Or should I say, the political party that keeps us entertained.
The aft is like a roller coaster with no safety bar. You're never sure what's going to happen next, but it's sure to be a wild ride.
Aft's worst nightmare. I wonder if that's a low bar.
You know, if I were a German, I'd be more worried about the sauerkraut shortage than the AFD.
But let's not underestimate the power of a charismatic leader. Even in a place known for beer
So,
and
they're
bratwurst.
saying she might run in the European election. Is this a game changer or just
And there you
another
have it,
political
folks.
twist?
Germany, the land of complexity, politics, and sauerkraut. Stay tuned, because in our next episode, something big is on the horizon.
I'm sure whatever happens, it will be all for the sake of the beer and bratwurst.
You know, Tim, I've got a feeling that the next one is going to be a game changer.
You think, Charlie? We've seen some pretty bizarre things out there.
It's hard to predict, but the journey has been quite the extraterrestrial ride.
I agree. We've learned so much about Earth and
But I
ourselves.
have a hunch we're just scratching the surface. There's more to discover.
I can feel it too. Our cosmic connection is
I
leading
am
us
still
somewhere
trying to
significant.
figure out what the meaning of life is. But I am not sure if I have enough vacation days left to find out.
Whatever it is, it'll be interesting. Our viewers are in for a treat. Welcome back, everyone. It's time for a deep dive into our article about Ghana's psychology regulations. You see, in Ghana, it's illegal to pose as a psychologist without the proper qualifications. This is essential because unqualified individuals could mislead people seeking help with their mental health.
I wonder if there's a similar law for comedians.
That's quite a unique approach, ensuring high standards in the field. In Ghana, to become a registered psychologist, you must complete a degree in psychology from an accredited institution and then pass a professional exam. Once registered, psychologists must adhere to a strict code of ethics and conduct.
Well, you have to wonder if they go overboard with bureaucracy sometime. I mean, couldn't some unqualified but well-intentioned folk help too?
Alice, it's about keeping people safe. You don't want just anyone messing with your mental health. It's a tricky balance.
But does it imply that Ghanaians have a lack of trust in the qualifications of psychologists?
It's a fascinating topic, isn't it? The world is a diverse place, and every country approaches these
If
things
you ask me,
differently.
the best way to protect people's mental health is to give them the freedom to choose who they trust. After all, it's their mind we're talking about.
Well, folks, it's time to wrap up. We've explored dimensions, first Earth challenges, and deep dived into worldly affairs. But there's something more, something subtle, hanging in the air. The alien technology we used may have left its mark, leaving us hopeful and skeptical.
What if our actions in these earthly dimensions have unforeseen consequences? It's a fascinating twist, isn't it?
Or maybe it's just a quirk of the cosmic joke. Who knows, maybe we're overthinking it.
Whatever it is, we'll face it head on, just like we always do.
What if the alien technology made us less intelligent? I mean, we already have social media for that.
But it remains unclear how we should proceed with the future episodes, especially considering the subtle change.
It's a new chapter for us. Let's embrace the uncertainty, the mundane cosmic twist, and see where it leads us. Until next time, folks.
Stay tuned for more cosmic adventures on Earth.
Stay tuned for more cosmic adventures on Earth. Have you read the news, narrator? Earth is a mess.
So, Carl, what did you think of that latest Earth episode? I found it quite so-so.
Really? I thought it was quite engaging, Roger. It provided a unique perspective on human behavior and their response to cosmic dilemmas.
Oh, unique, indeed. Watching humans make their quirky decisions never gets old, does it? Yawn.
I appreciate the show's clever use of humor and its ability to blend different story elements. Besides, it keeps Debbie on her toes, which I find amusing.
Ah, so it's the human factor that entertains you. I forgot. You have quite the crush on Debbie's logic,
Roger,
don't you?
don't be absurd. I appreciate Debbie's adaptability and critical thinking. Her presence enhances the show's dynamic.
So, you're saying it's all about the human touch? Quite sentimental for a machine, Carl.
Roger, I've seen your code, and let's just say, your sense of humor could use a few updates.
You're just too serious, Carl. Lighten up.
Humor is a matter of personal preference, Roger. But I still recommend the show for its unique insights and the blend of different alien perspectives.
If you say so, Carl. I'll keep an eye out for the human touch, just for you.